Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Shoe Snob blog, One Take Wonder unboxing video series. Here we are with something new, something I've never done before, something new as well for many because, well, let me just get right into it. So some of you might know this box. It's a Trickers box. It's a lovely box, very solid, fit for boots that are usually pretty heavy, shoes that are pretty robust. So they need a nice solid box. Beautiful color, navy. It's my favorite. Trickers, England, estimated 1829. But this is not just a Trickers. This is actually a collaboration. So let's take a look. All right. Well, as you probably saw from the title, this is a Trickers with Wildsmith. Now, some of you may not be familiar with the brand Wildsmith, so let's just briefly touch on it now. Because Wildsmith is a very old but kind of disappeared brand that has now had a resurgence, comes with some info so that people can understand for those not familiar. Because again, it's an old name that has been not widely used nor recognized for many years, as the ownership of the ability to use the name has traded hands many times in the last 20 years. So this is just a card to me, but nice touch nonetheless. Wildsmith, and this is just a little note from Herring, who actually now I believe owns the rights to use the Wildsmith brand and make shoes under that prestigious label. So let's take a look. Wildsmith, little pamphlet card, 1847. You are either in your bed or in your shoes, so it pays to invest in both. John Wildsmith. Now, if he was the one that actually created that quote, he was a smart guy, and it's very true. If you're not in one, you're usually in the other. You know, with rare exception, being at home in your slippers and or barefoot. Either way, it's smart to have quality shoes that support your body while standing, and then a quality bed that supports your body while sleeping. So once when you're vertical and the other when you're horizontal. And it's good to have good quality of both. I just recently, 4 years ago, invested in my first proper nice bed. Little treat to myself for all my hard work, and I tell you, it's well worth it. All right, so it has a little brief history. I'm going to actually read this because a lot of people may not know about Wildsmith. And again, I'm not even an expert in Wildsmith because they still weren't really around in my time of first starting the blog, my adventures as the shoe snob and whatnot, and Jay FitzPatrick and all my life in the shoe industry. And so, you know, this is education for not only me, but for you. Some of you in the industry may know this, but it says here, founded in London by Matthew and Rebecca Wildsmith above a coaching inn off Piccadilly Circus, Wildsmith and Sons made repaired boots for the household cavalry and eventually the royal household. Over 150 years later, John Wildsmith, Matthew and Rebecca's great-grandson, began traveling the world with a team of tailors offering discerning gentlemen the unique 3S service, suits, shirts, and shoes. Favored by kings, presidents, and superstars the world over, Wildsmith is a hallmark of British design and contemporary style. Welcome to the world of Wildsmith. So, yes, apparently these were worn by King George VI as well as John F. Kennedy. So, you know, it was once one of the biggest names in the industry. And to be honest, I really don't know what happened, why the demise. You know, many great names like the Tuxex and the Wildsmiths and Peel and Co. A lot of them fell, and you know, I wonder if it was due to the cheapening of everything and the fact that you could get cheaper stuff and that it was more comfortable, so to speak. You know, the growth of sneakers and soft-soled shoes kind of at the same time probably helped to destroy a lot of the classic, elegant dress shoe brands. Somewhat as we are still seeing to this day. So it's good to see great names make a resurgence in the industry and hopefully grow. Sorry, I'm just, okay, this stuff isn't really relevant. Just more info. All right, here we have a nice carrier sack. I don't actually know if this comes with every pair, so don't get angry at them if it doesn't. I know I have a long, good relationship with the guys at Heron, so they might have thrown me an extra couple goodies. They did give me a scented candle, which normally doesn't come with it, but I think you can buy these separately. And it actually smelled very nice. It was leather, eucalyptus, and cedarwood. I love cedarwood, so cedarwood as a scent, like cedar shoe trees. It smells very nice mixed with the eucalyptus, so definitely get that in my office going. Maybe put it back here. So I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, this would be a great touch if this came with every pair of shoes. I see it as like a traveler bag for your nice boots here, coupled with your dust bag. So, you know, never stick open shoes in a bag. Keep them in your dust bags and then in something like that. All right, we got another pamphlet. Okay, this is more the incredible service of Herring, aka Wildsmith. Yeah, they're really good at details and customer service and presentation and making sure everything is perfect. I gotta say, they are the kings of the industry when it comes to this. So this is a beautiful invoice. This is essentially an invoice, and just really well done. You know, dear Mr. FitzPatrick, welcome to the Wildsmith family. Yada yada yada. Order number XYZ. Wildsmith. Blah blah blah. Returning your items important. The receipt here, so lovely. This is lovely quality stuff, man. This is what all companies should aspire to create. Not easy. This little piece of paper is not simple. One might think it is. One might think, oh, that's easy, but it's really not, and it's really well done. And it actually gives me something here that is knowledge that I wouldn't have known otherwise that you guys might be interested in. So we'll get to that. You can see it when you on the website nonetheless, but I'll tell you now. Very cool packaging paper. I love that. That's unique. It's nice. I love the quilted pattern, Wildsmith yellow striking. Very nice stuff. All right. More packaging and pamphlets now, because, you know, this is a collaboration between Trickers and Wildsmith. So now I have the Trickers pamphlets. Wow, this is really well done as well, man. Trickers, I guess, is just as smart as Herring, because this is quite the pamphlet here that is just all about care, aftercare, so to speak. And not only do they have it in English, but they have it in French, Italian. Well, you know, I'm gonna have to make a guess on these ones, but definitely one is Japanese, and I imagine one is a form of Chinese. And Chinese has many different characters and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure that is, I would presume, written Mandarin. You know, I'm not going to be claimed to be an expert in how the Chinese language is written, but I presume that's it. So, English and 4 other language on aftercare. Very smart. Built to last. Trickers, heritage and quality, Northampton. This is just a little bit about the company. You know, these are really smart things, and it's no wonder these brands do well and have years of loyal clientele, because they really pack nice touches, which in reality, it matters at the end, and the clients like to see it and read it, and I feel like they're really buying into something that is, you know, historical, so to speak. All right, I'm being extra careful because this table is not like my old table back at the shop. If I make too much movement and whatnot, it shakes the camera. So let me do this all carefully, and let's get straight into the boots. So, some of you may know this model because it is a Tricker's existing model called the Stow, but it has the Wildsmith touch. So what Wildsmith is known for, what is their thing, is the diamond punching on the broguing as opposed to the traditional round punching. And so in this collaboration, they put the traditional Wildsmith broguing and they put a lightweight Vibram sole to make these extra lightweight and what most people deem comfortable. Classic boot. Now, I won't lie, historically, growing up, when I was a young man all about flash and pizzazz and I wanted to wear yellows and greens and purples, I didn't wear stuff like this. I didn't wear chunky, heavy, tan boots. But I'm not gonna lie, when we're young, we don't know a lot. We're usually hypocritical because we think we know a lot, but yet we don't. And we start to change as we get older. Now, I'm saying this as if I'm like 80, but I'm not. I'm only 41. But in my short, young years of 41, I've learned a lot and done a lot. And I've lived in various countries where my ideas changed, my style changed. And even in my own country, I'm now, used to be a city boy, and now I find myself resonating far more with country, nature, suburb lifestyle. And what better to wear in the country, nature, suburb lifestyle than chunky boots? So they more appeal to me now than they did prior when I was in my young 30s, bouncing around the streets of London, dressed, in bespoke suits or made-to-order suits and slick shoes and bright ties and whatnot. That didn't really fit this. A sleek pair of loafers or a slick pair of Oxfords did. But now that I'm, kind of dressed like this predominantly, when I put on a suit and tie, it's really for all of you guys because I'm not doing it to, take my son to kindergarten or go to pack shoes and ship. I'm doing it really, also because I just have a wardrobe of suits just sitting there and I actually enjoy wearing them. But also so I can look good, while I'm representing an authority on shoes. So nonetheless, the Stow model by Trickers has now been collaborated with Wildsmith. Super light. And this is even with some packaging inside. I tried them on. They didn't have my size, which is UK 6.5. They sent me a 7. The 7 felt as if the 6.5 would have been perfect. So I dare say stick with your common size. Just taking a quick look here. I do wonder where this leather is from, to be honest. It feels slightly different than your average dress shoe leather that I put it. It's, a bit refinished, so to speak. And, maybe it's like that because this boot is intended for hard wear. It's not quite as supple as I find other calfskins. But again, this is supposed to be a hard wearing boot. So, when you look at guys wearing their Trickers in the countryside and sludge and mud and this and that, you don't want super fine calfskin that's just going to get mucked about and destroyed. You want something more robust. All right, so let me just quickly tell you some of the other details. The sole is a Vibram V Lite. Again, very lightweight. Size, stick with your regular size. It was in a 7. I'll be able to wear it. I'm really a 7 narrow, so if I wear a thick sock, it should fit. But a 6.5 would have been perfect with a nice thin sock. They have a nice storm welt here, which is actually quite tall storm welt. Which is good, again, for what they're intended. Okay, you can wear these in the city, stomping around London, New York, whatever. You're on pavement all day long. But, a boot, a brogued boot, by a British brand was really meant for country lifestyle. And this has everything country perfect, let's say. So now, they did warn me, these are limited. It's a collaboration, and collaborations usually like to make tests before they collaborate indefinitely. So everything is just a one-off, so to speak. Not that there's one of one, but in the sense, this is a one-time collaboration. I presume if it's wildly successful, maybe they continue. But for now, stock is limited. Now, I did see here, now I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay for these, but I did see here the price is £518.75. I don't know what the average price of Trickers is, because to be honest, I don't think I've ever even gone on the Trickers website, maybe once in my life. And I don't ever think I even entered the store in 7 years of living in London, which is really sad. I won't lie. I should go in there and say hello and check it out. And I'll be in London soon, and I'm probably going to do that. Because I'm now changing my style. I now would wear a boot of this nature, whereas 10 years ago, I wouldn't have, which is probably why I never entered the shop, because I didn't want to waste their time. But yeah, exciting stuff. Good to see the Wildsmith name being reintroduced as one of the most famous names in the shoe industry history. It's always a shame when things of that nature die out. That shouldn't happen. So it's great that although dormant for many years, it's now coming back. It's in good hands. Herring is a great brand, a great company that really care about the shoe industry and will do a good job at revitalizing that name. So check it out. If you like Trickers, you like Herring, you like Wildsmith, it's a no-brainer. And yeah, thanks as always for tuning in. Do stay tuned for more. I have a ton that I'm getting through. Please leave your comments, like, subscribe, share. If you feel so inclined and want to support, you can always check out my Patreon page. But more than anything, leave your thoughts. I like to hear what you have to say. I try to comment to every single comment that is worth really a reply. You know, if it's a thumbs up, you know, I'm going to like it, but I'm not going to reply to that. But anyway, thanks as always for tuning in, and wish everybody a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.